Yeah, she put an absolutely massive play to start the game.
He gets rid of the save line.
One hit KO.
Pokemon has undoubtedly become a multicultural phenomenon, but because of this, over the years, this series has had to be censored from time to time, and the differences this creates are actually pretty fascinating. Here are some of what I believe to be the most interesting edits that have occurred across the Pokemon franchise. Now, I'll largely be avoiding sexual censorship since that topic could go on for days, but that doesn't mean that we're going to avoid the good stuff altogether. Pokemon's original intro was comprised almost entirely of clips from later episodes in the season, but there's definitely a shot of Pikachu running underneath a girl's skirt at one point. While the English lyric here is "a heart so true," in Japanese what was actually being said was, "I'll get you, Pokemon, even in fire, in water, in grass, in forests, in ground, in clouds, in that girl's skirt," to which the girl shrieks. So, apparently Ash is definitely down to get all up in that girl's personal space in order to catch a Pokemon. Now, for whatever reason, there have been a couple of instances where milk has played a censored role in the anime, but not the bottled kind. First, in The Kangaskhan Kid, Ash and gang find a small boy who's being raised by Kangaskhan. Well, at one point this kid asks the trio if they are people or Pokemon, to which Misty gets offended and hits him. Her response is way more warranted in the Japanese version, however, as the Kangaskhan Kid actually asks her if he can suck milk from her breasts. Holy crap. Then, later in the episode Got Miltank, Meowth and Cyndaquil find themselves wounded and lost in a desert. Kind of a shitty combination. There, they're taken to a Miltank. You know, the Pokemon that makes Moo Moo Milk, which heals your Pokemon in-game for an incredibly affordable price. And they're told that all they have to do is drink her milk in order to get better. Well, yeah, so they go for it in the Japanese version, of course. But once the episode came to America, the dub straight up cut out 45 seconds of footage in order to keep from displaying Cyndaquil and Meowth getting their drink on. Speaking of milk, God, this has turned into a weird episode. If you've ever played Pokemon Stadium, you'll remember that when you send out a Pokemon, they do some unique movement / battle stance attack boasting thingy. Well, Nidoqueen's Pokemon Stadium battle cry included her immediately grabbing her breasts and bouncing them around. Yeah, this definitely didn't make it over to America. Although 4Kids and Taj allowed for some cartoon violence in the anime, occasionally these production companies deemed an event to be too violent and have to cut a scene or two from the English broadcast of the show. For example, we've talked about how the couple of times Misty slaps Ash for his poor behavior was cut from the English dub in a previous video. But additionally, in the School of Hard Knocks, Misty hits Brock over the head with a log for saying "to be continued" rather than beginning the episode. Then in the Safari Zone episode, the amount of times guns were shown and pointed at people led to the entire thing being banned. Also, in A Corpfish Out of Water, a Carvana hitting Ash in the back of the head was cut out. Then, there's been a handful of times small edits occurred in order to please viewers who found too much similarity with Nazism. Registeel's sprite in non-English European releases of Diamond and Pearl were changed to bring down its extended arm. The Pokemon card Koga's Ninja Trick was edited in its international releases in order to remove the Manji symbol on the card, which is a flipped version of the Nazi swastika, and is actually a symbol of peace and harmony. Another example occurs in the episode All Things Bright and Beautifly, where a scene involving Team Rocket had to be edited in the English version in order to bring their hands down so it looked less like a Nazi salute. We can't forget that the entirety of the Game Corner itself had to be censored, largely in part due to stricter guidelines established by the Pan-European Game Information Organization, or PEGI, which limited gambling to mainly adult-oriented video games and rated all games that included gambling at either 12, 16, or 18+. In addition, in order to further remove gambling from the games, English releases of Fire Red and Leaf Green renamed the Gambler Trainer class to Gamer and removed the gambling references in their dialogue. The English versions of the Gen 4 games further renamed Gamblers, this time as PIs, but left their gambling dialogue intact. And finally, in the Virtual Console re-releases of the Generation 1 games, however, the Game Corner was completely left untouched, and the games were rated 12+ by PEGI. That's gonna round me out for today, everybody. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed. I hope to see you guys this weekend for another episode of Pokemon Feet. And other than that, have a great day. If you're in San Jose, say hi to me at Fanime. And I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.